Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Shaw TV Sports. I'm Curtis Anderson, and what a day on Shaw TV Sports. Now, it's no secret I'm a big fan of pro wrestling, and when you talk the best of the best, you got to talk about the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever. You got to talk about the Honky Tonk Man. Mr. Honky Tonk Man.
Thank you so much for that fine introduction. You finally got it right. Of all the radio and TV personalities around the world, I had to come to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan to get it right. That's my best Stu Hart imitation, okay? Or could it be Bret Hart?
It was pretty good. All right, sir, what brings you to Saskatchewan, I guess? A show last night in Regina, and tonight, Saskatoon, as you said.
Yeah. Tonight, which you guys are going to see this later in the week, but tonight, which is Saturday night, when you're looking at this, I'm going over to the Saskatoon German Club, it is.
The Concordia Club.
For a big show tonight. Last night, we had a record-breaking crowd in Regina, and we expect the same thing for this show tonight. And I'm just glad. This is the first time I've been in Saskatoon or in Saskatchewan in about 15 years. I was in Regina once. I think one time with the WWE, WWF a few years ago, and but I have not been in Saskatoon since the old days of Stampede Wrestling when I wrestled with the Harts and Dr. D. David Schultz and all those guys.
Now, we all know what you've done in the ring, in the WWE, WWF. What's been going on with the Honky Tonk Man since those days?
Gosh, I do about 80 of these independent shows around the world a year. Mostly it's fundraisers for different events and things like that, and I do different celebrity guest speaking engagements and just fun stuff I like to do. I'm not bound by any contracts with the WWE now, and of course I wouldn't sign a Legends contract. I didn't like it.
Do you still watch the product? What are your thoughts?
I really don't watch a lot of it. It's not what I would consider to be real, like pro wrestling and the kind of stuff that I broke in on. But it's a television product now more than it is an entertainment product for families.
I don't know if you can talk about it, but you mentioned Legends contract, which they're handing out to all the superstars of the 80s.
I can talk about anything.
Okay.
They don't own me.
Did you actually turn down a Legend contract?
Oh, yes, I did.
Really?
I turned it down. I took a 17-page contract. I cut it down to one paragraph of 2 sentences, and I sent it back to them. And they wrote me back and said, we regret you're not taking part of this huge event. Well, I regret that they're not taking part of what I gave them, which was just plain and simple. You're not going to own me anymore.
So the Honky Tonk Man, we're not going to see him in the Hall of Fame anytime soon.
I wouldn't think so. They don't like me right now.
Fair enough. But, people they don't like in the past have always come back, and they've, given them the respect. We got to talk about what you've done in the past, as I was talking about before. Were you the innovator of the guitar shot?
Yes, I was the innovator of the guitar shot. I was the innovator of the one of the greatest finishes of all time, other than the DDT, and of course the oh yeah brother, the leg drop brother.
The shake, rattle, and roll?
The shake, rattle, and roll, the swinging neck breaker, which it's a short trip to Shortbreak Hotel, Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, there's your phone, sir.
That's my phone. You know what? Let me tell you guys something on TV right now. You know what these are? When you're married, you fellas, you ladies, this is a ball and chain. That's all it is. It's a ball and chain. It's the worst thing that ever happened. It's great communication at any time, but if you're married, you got a girlfriend that calls you all the time, that's a ball and chain. It's like being in prison.
Honky Tonk Man's career highlight. Sum it down to one.
Of course, getting the shot to take the Intercontinental Championship from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That took me from a mid-card player to a main event player, and obviously the money goes up with your level, and that was that's my highlight.
And of course, it came to an end in a really quick match against the Ultimate Warrior. He was the big thing at the time. You put him over. Do you regret that decision by them to have you go over like that?
No, I don't mind it at all. I thought it was best for all parties involved. I mean, if the match had gone, it went 13 seconds. Come on, you didn't want to say it. I know you were embarrassed. It doesn't bother me. I got $25,000 for that shot. Anyway, it was the best for everyone involved. It was a short match, which didn't make him look bad. It made him look good. If the match had gone longer than 13 seconds, I would have looked terrible, which after 20 years in the business, I didn't want to look terrible because of him, and it catapulted him into stardom.
And lastly, in the documentary with Bret Hart, you looked like you were pretty close to the Hart family. You still keep in contact with them, and what are your thoughts of Bret Hart being in the Hall of Fame? There's Stu Hart back.
Stu Hart. Here's my thoughts on the Bret Hart coming back to the Hall of Fame. Bret, you had the option to say, I'll come back and be in your Hall of Fame and I'll participate, but I'll do it on one condition, that you let me induct my brother who died for your company in the ring, not in some hotel like Eddie Guerrero, not somewhere like some bum on the street, but your own brother. But you let your ego get ahead of your brother's legacy.
Finishing on a little bit of a negative note, but thank you for your candid comments. I guess really quickly, let's spin this around. How does Honky Tonk want to be remembered?
You asked me how I feel, and I tell you how I feel. Now you say it's a negative note. It's not negative.
Okay.
It's my positive spin on what he should have done.
How does Honky Tonk want to be remembered? We'll wrap it up with this.
The most controversial figure in professional wrestling.
Well, you're the most controversial guest on Shaw TV Sports. I can guarantee that. So thank you so much for talking to me today. Good luck tonight.
Where's that Tiger Williams? I'll break his neck. Where do you want this done, on front or back?
Probably the back.
Is it to anybody or just sign it?
Curtis Honky Tonk Man.
Spell it for me.
Curtis. So there was a line when I said I was a fan. Loved the old IC belt. The Steamboats, the Honky Tonk Mans.
It looked better on me than the Warrior. Boom, 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 boom. Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, Mr. Curtis. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! Good luck tonight. That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.